Alright, here I have myself a 1988 8 horsepower Evinrude. As you can see, it's a short shaft, pretty standard motor, nothing special, just a 8 horsepower tiller. This particular one has a seized power head. Well, it's not seized, but I'll show you what I mean by a second. Either way, it needs a power head. So this video, I'm going to be pulling the power head off, taking it apart, and seeing what's going on inside of there. Alright, I'm going to get this hood off. And I'll show you what I mean by a weird situation. The engine's surprisingly clean. It's really not dirty or greasy or nasty or spiders or anything. It's got a few issues. Everything seems a little stiff on it. So the tiller handle, kind of stiff. Rotates just fine. The transom clamp screws, they're a little on the stiff side. So, I don't know if it's going to give me any hardware problems or not. I'm going to vote yeah, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, so the power head rotates, but stops right there. Rotates this way. Stops right there. Don't quite know why. That's kind of a new one for me. Usually if it's got a seized piston inside of there or something, it'll usually rotate back and forth just a hair, but never a full turn and then stop. So I don't know, maybe it's got a rod screw fell off or something and is wedging itself inside of there. Now, also it could be something going on in the lower unit. I doubt it, but possible. I'm pretty sure it's the power head. Pull the power head off and we'll see what's going on. First things first, let's get this starter handle off and the spring tension on the starter unwound. Now this small of a, well, you can't see what I'm doing at all, can you? Well, kinda. Anywho, this engine doesn't use a adjustable slow speed knob or high speed knob, nor does it use a traditional choke. It uses this primer system, which today is kind of traditional, so ignore that. Anywho, so to get this knob off, I'm going to pull the set screw out. Knob should pull that through the front, like so. It's a good idea to put the set screw back in so you don't lose it. It just kind of, it threads into the shaft there, but you can push the screw back through the hole. Fuel line runs from the other side under the power head over to here. So I'm going to get this fuel line off. There's the water indicator tube that runs through here, through the power pack, down into the hole. This water tube's got to come off. It's pretty old. The dikes went right through it. Now, should probably try to save that. That tube is sometimes a little hard to come by. Now this is a newer one, so it's got a cable-driven tiller handle or throttle. Cable runs through, connects, goes over this way. So we just need to connect it at this point. It's got a cotter pin and a nylon pin. Pull those out, that'll free it up from here. Then we undo the bolt back there. That frees the tiller handle from the power head. So we have choke, pull starter rope, tiller, fuel line. That's pretty much it to get the power head off. Oh, well, there's a ground strap right down inside of there. You can see the nut. So, you have a choice. Pull the silencer off and get it out, or try to fight with it and get it out. I'll just pull the silencer off, make life easy. Had a call come in. Let's hope I didn't lose that footage. Anywho, got the air silencer off, and what I thought was going to be the screw size for that, apparently not. It's a 7/16, I grabbed 3/8. So anywho, if I did lose the footage, all I did was take the silencer off. 2 screws hold it in from the top. Alright, and that disconnects the ground strap. And now we can get the lower screws off and and get the power head out. Pull the power head. We have 3 screws on this side. Now to the other side. A screw here, here, another one up in here. This one, a little tricky to get to. I have to get a wrench on that one. Okay, that is the end of the power head bolts. Now we just got to break the gasket to get this off. So what I'm going to do for that is just hit it with a mallet, because I do that all the time. There is part of my mallet. Actually, what flew off was the plastic piece right there. Anyway, that didn't do much. Going to use the tire sprue approach. You risk damaging the pan here, so keep an eye on it. Looks like that did it. Still a little stuck. Power head's loose, but still on there quite nicely. Let's try prying from a different angle. It's moving. Got a stop wire here I need to remove. And need to pry this clamp open a little bit so the tiller cable can squeeze through there. Now the stop wire is going to be the tricky part. It's inside the connector body here. Yes, I should have figured this out first. So the black one, middle, number E, B. It's got to come out. So let me give my tools for that one. So I have CDI tools, but should you need to do this, there's the part number for the tool to get that out of there. There's also a tool to get it in, but that's a different story. My tool is a little damaged, so it hasn't been pushing it all the way out. So what I did, shove the screw in there, grab the connector body, and force this up, and that pushed the terminal out right there. Problem is, my pin is down a little more than it should be, so it doesn't push it all the way out. You can pry it out at this point, but you risk damaging the terminal and wire. So I'm just going to push it the rest of the way with an awl. And that's all you need to do for the stop switch. That should feed through there, and the power head should feed the rest of the way up. Alright, let's lift this thing out of here if it will. Ground strap, forgot it. Nothing new. Okay, now let's lift it out. Well, that's the end of that one. That's what the pan looks like. You can put it in gear and spin the prop now, and see it moving just fine. So, wasn't lower unit. Whatever's stuck is in the power head. Good to know. Alright, let's get this power head apart. We'll see what happened. First thing I want to do is pull this off, make life more manageable. I have a butterfly impact wrench You got to be careful with these. They spin really fast. A miniature impact really is the ideal thing to use here. Like the flywheel off now. Yeah, that was probably the easiest flywheel ever. Now I'll get the electronics off and then work my way to the rest of the parts. Let me get the camera a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. And it should work, huh? Alright, let's get this guy out first. So I'm probably going to forget about it if I don't. So, to keep everything together, I'll put it back together. And there's our armature plate, I believe it's still called. At least at this point in time. Still got a lot of stuff on the carburetor. Pull the fuel pump off. Kind of a neat setup. Just kind of dumps fluid right down into there. Kind of wondering if this could be adapted to a older 6-horse. It'd be kind of neat. Not that it really matters, but like I said, it'd be kind of neat. I'm going to save that. If this Powerhead turns out to be junk, I'm going to look into doing that for my 6-horse that I like. Looks like only 2 screws remaining there. Perfect. Reeds look pretty nice. They're sitting nice and flat, no corrosion or anything going on, so the reed plate's fine. And looks like we lost a rod cap. That'll be interesting. You can't see it, but you can't see it. Anyway, no rod cap on the bottom cylinder. Alright, looks like 1/2-inch bolts to get the cylinder head off. This always bugs me. See how close that is? You can't get a socket on it. So I'm probably going to have to fight with it with a wrench. But bottom cylinder there. See him? Rollers made it past the cylinder head, or pistons rather. So it probably made our way into the intake, wound up in the combustion chamber. Looks like we had some bent and screwed up ones, but we'll see how the cylinder walls look. Piston doesn't look that great. You already see a hole in it. You see it? Right there? I don't know if it's a hole or a gouge, but neither would surprise me. Alright, don't need to get that off. It's not sharp, so I'm not going to worry about it. If it was, it'd be coming right off there. Looks like 4 outer screws, 6 inners. Outer ones look like 3/8. Do those first. Yep, looks like all it's holding that together. We got a taper pin here, and that's the only one. I don't feel like fighting with it to get it out of there, so I'll just use the old mallet approach right there to break the seal. As you can see, easy. Now we got a lot of parts falling out. Snap ring on the bottom goes inside. When I pulled that off, it comes off. That's normal. What's not normal is all that. So that's kind of funny. Well, we'll pull the top off, get the crank out of there, and see what the piston looks like. Got a tiny little Allen. X. Whatever. Yep. Just if you're curious, this is a 4mm. Fits perfectly. Probably not the right size, but it's snug in there. I don't really want to lose all the parts there, just in case I need it. So I'm going to take it apart over here, away from the other contaminated parts. See, junk that side, good stuff this side. Well, there's still junk falling out. Oh, no, there's not. All right. I'll push the piston through. Piston's not great, not bad. It's fine. Rings look good. Cylinders are okay. Cylinder walls, rather. I'm sorry, I mess with my wording all the time, but no big deal. Alright, got all the roller bearings off the top. I'll just leave them over here to the side. None of these things are getting reused, but I like keeping little parts just in case I need them. Now, the bottom one is the funny one. Well, not funny, the whole thing is kind of a tragedy with such a nice motor, but see the rod cap down there? Wedged inside? That's cool. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting that out the front. Alright, well, let's push this out. And it ain't moving. Probably wedged in there nice and well. I like getting it out one good piece so I can see what's going on. That doesn't really... Oh, there it goes. Cool. Perfect. Alright, so this is probably still good. I'm kidding. This thing is trash. Look at this groove it made. That's just gnarly. Seen a lot of things. That one's a first. Ring is kind of shattered. That probably happened when a bunch of roller bearings were trying to make their way to the top. So that's cool. Rod cap. I'll just hammer that back out and reinstall, you know? I'm kidding. Bottom cylinder, where our damage was, really not too bad. I don't see any gouges. I don't see any scrapes. I don't feel any rough spots. Well, actually, the one of the ports right here, it's got a little bit of a nick. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Probably not, but it's right there. So honestly, you really probably... No, it's... I don't know. I kind of debate myself here. Let's say somebody wanted to put this back together using a used or new piston connecting rod, you know, bottom half setup. I wonder if it would still run just fine. Probably. But you never know. Well, that's cool. Well, as you guess, this engine needs a power head. So that's pretty much all it needs. Probably be fine for that. Definitely be fine with the new power head. But anywho, so piston's junk. So what I like to do with junky, weird looking pistons like this is save them. A little box of them just in case I want to make a lamp out of something, or make a lamp out of them or something at some point. So I'm going to pull the connecting rod off. Now, you can't tell, but when I did that, I should have had my hand over it because the pin just flew somewhere across the garage. So I'll be a little more careful with this one for wear eye protection. That's probably good advice too. Now, there's supposed to be a certain way to get this out, the pin, meaning hammer that way or that way. I don't know which way it is, and I not really care to go look. The reason I don't care to go look is because this thing is junk anyway. So I'm going to find a tool to hammer the wrist pin out. So there is a special tool that would go inside of a cylinder or piston this small and press that pin out. I don't have one, like I said, nor do I care to get one, but what I do have is a holding fixture. This is made out of, I don't know, I think it was like a 6x12 or some huge piece of wood. It's got a varnish finish to it. It's made to hold that piston just fine. It's got a hole through the center, so I'll line it up. I have a good size socket for this, a 9/32. Seems to fit it okay. Either I'm going the wrong way or I'm going the right way. I don't know why this thing's giving me so much trouble coming out of there. I've used this fixture, this thing, a few times, and it's usually out. I don't know why I have to hit it so hard. But whatever. Alright, that's out of there. As you can see, came out no problem. Goes inside like so. Pistons goes up. Yeah. Really new. See if my extension still works. Yep. Cool. Should have used cheaper tools. One of my throwaways to do that, but whatever. Well, there's our piston. Connecting rod. I ain't putting it back in. Usually I do. Well, I hope this video was entertaining. If you got any questions or thoughts about it, please let me know, and don't forget to subscribe.